going on, you guys? Welcome. Today I'm going to go ahead and talk about tribalism as it relates to trying to go at it alone. And some people are built for it, most people aren't. Most people need to have a group of people right beside them. It doesn't matter if it's people that they vibe with, it doesn't matter if it's people that they get along with. They just know that they have to have friends on paper. And that can be a very that's a very, very confusing way to live, because why would you surround yourself with people that are not aligned with your beliefs, are not okay with who you are? They're just people that you call up, maybe you shoot the shit, but you don't really have any real close-knit connection with them, and that can be very damaging to you in the long run. So in cases like that, I think you're much better off just being alone. I mean, think about how many people are in really bad, toxic relationships with people that they shouldn't be with to begin with, that they don't vibe with. They just, I think it's important to date somebody that's at least a little bit different than you, just so that way you can balance each other out. But I don't think you should be so different from each other in a way that can potentially cause problems. And that's what we're seeing a lot. People that jump headfirst into relationships out of fear of being alone for the rest of their life. And people that get married super young because, especially women, because they're afraid, that they're going to be this cat lady when they're older, or that they're going to be alone, or that, they don't want to freeze their eggs, whatever it happens to be. People, especially women, jump into relationships. Maybe they get engaged at one point, they get married, and they get married pretty quick. They start having kids. Maybe they have a bunch of them, but then their kids suffer as a result of their desperation, just because they don't want to be alone, but they want to look like they're with somebody on paper, even though you may have been married to this person for quite some time, but now you're at a point where you just don't get along and you're just roommates, and that's all there really is to it. And that's how your relationship is with the people that you surround yourself with, that you call friends, because you don't want to look like somebody who doesn't have any friends. They are like roommates that you don't really live with. These are just like people that you work at a company with, or you work at a business with, and you're just passing shits in the night. But every time you see that person, you just can't stand to look at them. And look, if I'm being completely 100% upfront with you guys, I don't have a lot of close friends. I have maybe a few that I can count on my fingers, but that's about it. I have a few that I message on a consistent basis, and that I'm very close with, and I know their flaws, they know my flaws, and they're comfortable opening up to me about it, as I am with them, and that's just the way it goes. Because I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's a smart idea for you to just start sharing everything about who you are with 100 different people. It's just not a real thing to me. Now, I do greet and talk to other people, people that are strangers, like they are my friend. Like if I meet somebody and there's just something about them that presents a good vibe, and they treat people well, they're very nice, I'm happy to treat them as though they are my friend. But I'm very careful and selective about the people that I let into my circle, or that I let become close friends of mine, because you never really know. I mean, you may think that you trust somebody just because you've known them for years, right? Maybe you've known them for a decade, 20 years, but there's still a few things about them that you still don't know, that they just haven't told you yet, and you know, certain things that you have to keep an eye on, because you never know when someone might turn their back on you. I mean, that's just the God honest truth. You know, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from finding their tribe or from making new friends. That's not what I'm here to do. But you have to be very careful about who you let into your life, because there's some weirdos out there, and there's some pieces of shit that like to take advantage of people. And that's just the world that we live in. Sorry, hate to break it to you, but that's the reality of living in the real world. Is that most people do not give a shit about you, and some people might even fucking hate you. So even if it means that you don't have a small group of friends, or that you're just alone for the rest of your life, then so be it. I honestly think that if you're like me, or maybe you're stronger than me, maybe you don't have any friends at all, and you're just happy living the rest of your life on your own accord by yourself, you're a tough motherfucker. That's a very admirable and it's a really good skill set to have, because if you can live your life by yourself, if you can make it through by yourself with no help from anybody, no advice from anybody, well, then you're gonna be pretty well set with people that you want to become friends with, or a potential a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, soulmate, whatever it happens to be. If you can make it alone, then you're already on the right path, and you're a tough motherfucker. And to be honest, that's why I spend most of my time alone, is because, I'll be honest, there are times where I trust myself over most other people. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, share it with your friends and your family. If you think that they need to hear this too, if they feel like they're alone, maybe they're struggling with dating, or with relationships, or with finding friends, share this video with them. And then also subscribe to me on YouTube at Collectively Fearless. Follow me on Instagram at it's Maddie_Ice, where you can follow me there. And as always, that's my episode. So hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys again next time.